Forms and surveys. Alright, to get a hold of your forms and surveys engine built into the ISD, one must only log in. So I'm going to go over to the Career Center, go to my programs, go to my program. You need to log in at the top to take advantage of Site Manager. So log in to the space provided right next to the email. Then you should be able to access your Site Manager. Again, you have to be in your site or your program in order for this to show up. Once in, you can edit your page or go to Tools. Under Tools, I have Forms and Surveys. Here's a sample form and survey. So this is something to get student information day 1, first name, last name, homeschool, trimester, junior, senior, AM, PM, etc. and so forth. Some parent and guardian information, and various other open-ended questions. Very easy to produce. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Okay, all you need to do is go back to the tools, forms and surveys, and I can go new form survey. I will put test survey out here. Now I can create a new one, which I'm going to do, or I can use an existing one based upon like this one, for example. And what that would do is put the header up at the top and put all the fancy lines in there. I would create an entirely new form at this stage. Okay, so blank form. So now I can insert questions, and you can choose what kind of question you want, and there's a great deal of questions in here. I'll go over some of the most common one. How about open-ended comment box? So the comment box, enter the question. What do you feel about today's weather? Now enter the question alias. For this, if you want to keep track of records, what I usually do is this form, I'm going to call something. I'm going to call this small talk or small, and this alias is going to be 001. And I usually just copy this, and then I'll change it to small 002, small 003. The reason this needs to be in there is the fact that when you generate any kind of report, it doesn't list the question, it's going to list this. So if you want it to list the question, you can actually put the question down here also. Now I can copy an existing item and add it to my library, or insert it from my library also. So if I have a question that appears over and over throughout different surveys, I can use that from a previous library. I can make this required, and I can also give it an answer. Now, an open-ended question, it would be really hard to put some kind of master answer down because they would have to get that word for word. So just keep that in mind. And yes, these do score themselves. So there's one. Now let's go over some of the multiple answer checkboxes or multiple checkboxes matrix. Let's do this one. What is the color of the sky? Okay. Now down below, let's say I put random order. This will make it so it's random, no student can copy off each other. I like to keep the vertical alignment. And here I could start putting the answer in, like blue, green, orange. And for this one, I'm going to put points down. I'll put 5 points. Okay. And you can allow something that's a little strange, like let's say I didn't put it down or I was very vague. I could have the student type that in. Let's save that one out. What color is the sky? Orange, green, or blue. So you can see this one allows all 3 choices if I wanted to, but only one yields the right answer. Okay, so that's a really nice one. Another one is one answer drop down. I like this one. Okay, again, I could put the same thing. I could say it required. A lot of this stuff is the same. It's just the format of it. It looks a little different. Save that out. This time, I have a nice drop-down box. So in this case, I can have multiple answers. This one, only one. Okay. And the last one I use all the time is, of course, the yes or no. And that's located here. Or true and false. And I'll put this as required. Now, notice something here. There is no point value for this. Okay? So just keep in mind there is no point value. If you want a point value one, you have to use the choice here. Okay, and I think by using a choice one answer and typing in true and false, it's a little bit easier to score that way. This one, since there is no real right answer as far as gradable is concerned, I always use the one answer drop down and just type in true and false. It is a little lengthier, but it works out good. Anytime I need to get back to my survey, I can go up here to the top. Okay, so far I have this. And what I'm going to do is launch this survey. I'm going to hit done. Here's my test survey. I'm going to go into the options. And I'm going to put that as the Career Center. I could preview what it looks like. So here's what it looks like so far. Now, the only bad thing about ever doing that is the fact that now you have to go back to Site Manager, go back to Tools, go back to Forms and Surveys, and then you can now go in here. Now, I had student information on, so good idea to put a check mark in there. The check mark means active. Okay? That means everybody could take the survey. Notice you can put a date down. I wouldn't mess around with the styles. For some reason they are a little buggy. Whoever developed those. And I think that's it. Now all you do is hit save. And you can take this and copy it. So right click, copy link location. And then you can send it out to your students. Let's say, for instance, I give them this link. I can put it in Facebook or something, and this is what it looks like. It's hot. Green. Oh, no, it was orange, right? This was orange, and this one doesn't matter. Now, you should include the student's name, first name, last name on that too, so you would enter a box in there. I'll show you that. Just like these. These are not the comment box, but these are another form of question. And then when done, if you want to check the answers to that, you go back to Site Manager, go to Tools, go to Forms and Surveys, and now you can analyze that. Okay. You can view responses. Of course, you can see all the responses from all students. You can pick what question you want. You can print it out. And lastly, you can export data. This is the preferred state. And you can choose what you want to do as far as what export do you want. User responses, individual responses. This one is the preferred state. And then down below, you hit export. And this will export it over to anything as far as like Excel, or it'll give you a big fat error in which you have to do this, but you can retry it. And usually when you retry it a couple times, it does export quite well in certain occasions. If not, please contact whoever is involved. So that is how you create forms and surveys within the JACC ISD website. Enjoy.